quick rundown of Republican senators who are not happy with this bill. Starting with Senator Ron Johnson. He opposes the bill's projected $3.1 trillion addition to the national deficit over the next decade and the inclusion of a $4 trillion debt ceiling increase. He advocates for deeper spending reductions to align with conservative fiscal principles.
I'm sorry, the House bill would probably add, I've calculated $4 trillion. You're saying you have these independent analysts saying it's 3.3 to $4 trillion. I agree with that. We have to reduce the deficit, and so we need to focus on spending.
The second one that I have here is Senator Rand Paul. He criticizes the bill for its significant increase to the federal deficit and the $4 trillion debt ceiling hike. He emphasizes the need for substantial spending cuts to accompany any tax reform.
I support spending cuts. I think the cuts currently in the bill are wimpy and anemic, but I still would support the bill, even with wimpy and anemic cuts, if they weren't going to explode the debt. The problem is the math doesn't add up.
Senator Josh Hawley. He warns that the proposed Medicaid cuts could alienate working class voters who rely on such programs. He stresses the importance of protecting these constituents from adverse effects.
Over 1 million Missourians get Medicaid benefits, including hundreds of thousands of children. These are people who are working. These are people who are in need. We should not come in and take away their health care.
Senator Susan Collins. She expresses opposition to deep cuts to Medicaid, which she believes could harm vulnerable populations, including disabled children and seniors. She also raises concerns about the impact of rural healthcare services.
I do looking very carefully at the Medicaid provisions in particular.
Senator Lisa Murkowski. She voices apprehension over Medicaid cuts that could be devastating to Alaska, particularly affecting rural hospitals and healthcare access. She also opposes the repeal of clean energy tax credits, which are vital for Alaska's energy sector. Senator Lindsey Graham, of all people. He advocates for a two-pronged legislative approach, separating tax reforms from other provisions like border security and defense. He believes combining all measures into a single bill could jeopardize national security priorities.
That's like 1.5%. So let's don't get high on our horse here that we've somehow made some major advancement of reducing spending costs.
So what does this tell us? These senators' objections underscore the internal divisions within the Republican Party regarding the big, beautiful bill. Maybe it's not so beautiful after all. Their concerns have ranged from fiscal responsibility and healthcare impacts to strategic legislative approaches. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.